Today, we are going to discuss um, scheduled script. You know, how a scheduled script will working and in which use cases we will be using a scheduled script, right?
Yeah.
Oh. So, in order to do a scheduled script, we need to first create a saved switch first. So, let's take some real-time example. So, list, search, saved searches, new customer. So, I just want to send an email to customer whose birthday date is today.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the thing. You can't just directly give what do you say? You can't just directly give date equals to this date, right? So let me just do. So if customer date of birth is today, you can't just give that in filter. The reason is today in the sense their birthday date may be 2000 or 1990 or 1950 or something, right? They
Yeah.
can give any year, but the date and month is same,
Yeah.
right? So we have to map with date and month, birthday dates. So if you give something like birthday date, so you can't just give if you see type in today. So that means it is mapping with exact name 25 April 2020. But you have to search for 25 April, but any year, be it
Yes.
20 or no previous years, right?
Yeah.
So here is the thing. So what you can do is actually you can write a formula, I guess, but formula makes totally sense. But you need to do something like decoding, but it all SQL formulas. So let's try something like okay. Let's do one thing. Let's try. So on the results, I'm just adding internal ID, okay, and email of a customer. Yes, save and done. So there are no customer there.
Do you work on NetSuite budgeting and planning?
Yeah, based on the customization.
Because I'm talking about PBCS module.
Okay.
Do
Yeah,
you do you work on that module?
right now, like I'm not into that category, but
Okay.
if you get the project, we have to work. It's totally based on the client side. And if client
Okay.
gives us something like this project, we have to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard the project planning, and and stuff like that. Hmm. Well, don't know why it is slow. Too much slow today. The Wi-Fi is sleeping, I guess. So now I just want to give a customer birthday date is, month and date is today,
Yeah,
so that it comes on the result, and we can use it in a saved search. So
yeah.
if you could see birthday date today, but 2000. Yeah. So this customer birthday is not empty, so it has some date involved. So let me just give you the date in the result so that it will be visible. So, yeah, as you can see, so
Yeah.
25th April 2000 is the date. So, so do you have any extensions, Kuram? Like, shared such extensions?
What kind of extension? Sorry.
So here, if you see export as script, so you can
Okay.
copy this script directly. You can use it on this.
Okay.
So let's use new function mm, schedule uh, schedule for birthday emails. So actually this is common. Okay. So here there is no parameters like function here. You know, we can directly start with function schedule
Okay.
activity. So here we need to copy paste the code. Okay,
This is the code we copied from the extension, yeah?
exactly.
Okay.
So so if it has some value, that means if we are getting the results, any results, birthday date must not be empty. We are getting the results, birthday date must not be empty. Okay, if you're getting results, okay, not equals to null or null. So the results must have some value. Then it comes into this. Okay. So before this, we can write a log execution to check the results.
Yeah.
Debug results. Okay. Okay. Now we need to write a for loop because we don't know what's the length of this. So that's the reason we have to start a for loop. I equals to 0, I less than customer search dot length. Up to length we have to loop it. Then I plus plus. Okay. And okay, now we are looping it because if the results are having 10 results, you have to loop it 10 times, and then every time you need to get the date. So first thing is get the value. So birthday date equals to customer search of I, and which line you want to get. First thing is first result, and what you want to get. I want to get a date. Okay, get value of date. This means you're getting the results of first line result of birthday date you're getting.
Okay.
First line, you're first line in the sense zeroth line. So you're getting the result of birthday. This is the birthday, custom field. Okay.
Yeah.
This means every time you will loop it and you will get it. If you have 10 results, you will get the birthday date. So here is the thing. You got the birthday date. So you want to check whether the date and month is matches or not. Okay, so here we'll be using standard NetSuite in date functions. Like, let me add this in log executions and run this whether we are getting or not. Okay,
Yeah.
uh, E. Okay, save this. Okay. Okay. Same customization, scripting script, and new. Okay. So here is the thing. Schedule batch process. You have to select schedule script. So send birthday emails, right?
Yeah.
And you have to copy the function. We have only one function, which is this, and save and deploy. So when you go to the deployment process, normally if you take other examples like any deployments, you have to select what type of record it is. Like it is a purchase order or is it a sales order you're deploying, right?
Yeah.
So here we don't have any deploying process. We just need to schedule it, whether it's scheduled or not scheduled or testing it, right? And
Yeah.
here it asks you to enter whether you want to check every day, because every day you have to send an email, isn't it?
Yeah.
So every day you want to send an email. So we will be selecting this. And if you have something like monthly event or weekly event, yes, we can also do that. Yearly event, yearly you want to send one email, like based on your requirement. So as we're just checking it, we can use something like single event and not scheduled. So save and execute. Yeah. So here you can see the status, whether it's pending or processing or failed or complete. Complete. So let's go to the deployment. You see the execution logs. Yeah, you can see the birthday coming
Yeah.
25 April 2000.
Yeah.
Hello, Param,
Hello.
can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to check with today's date first. Okay. Now we have
Okay.
to create a new date, means today's date. Okay. And within this today's date means you will be getting 2020, but you have to check only month, right? So
Yeah.
month and date. So if you do that, where today month equals to this today object dot get month, and similarly today date. If you want to get a date, today object dot get date. Okay. Okay. Now we get today's date and today's month. How about this date? Birthday date we have to check, right? So
Yeah.
what we have to do is we have to pass we have to pass this in a new date of birthday. This means that you're sending it to an new date means you're modifying it to a new date. You're getting a proper no date, a JavaScript date function. So
Yeah.
if you see here 25 April 2000, it is not a date format actually.
Yeah.
So how a date format is looks is something like this, where you will be getting time, date, year, and all. GST or MST, IST, PST. You'll be getting all the things. If you use new date of this thing, you'll be getting each and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, now you got. By using this, we can get birthday month equals to birthday dot get month, and birthday date equals to birthday dot get date. Okay, so let's just do allow executions for everyone. So birthday month, what's the month we are getting? Normally, in real scenarios, first month will be starting from one, right? But
Yeah.
in technical point, it starts with zero month. So it will be
Yeah.
zero to 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if today's date is matches with birthday date and today's month is matches with it matches with birthday date, then then I want to send an email. NL send email. So this means that you're sending an email.
Mm.
So if you're sending an email, you have to send an email from me, like from our login. So this is the internal ID of my login. So I can use mine to give whom you will send. Let's check my email. Gmail.com. Okay. So let me just show you the parameters for the email. How you can send an email, like We have subject, birthday email. Mm, mm. So here is the thing. So we have author. Author is something like um, employee email ID or employee email address. So I have given employee email address, employee ID, internal ID,
Yeah.
and this is the recipient internal ID and subject and body. So subject I have given, body you can give anything like HTML page or design format based on the requirement.
Yeah.
So right now, birthday is there, and I just want to send an email like let's take sample body equals to sample page. So this is a total HTML. So let me just write I icon. So you can write a HTML code here.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So you can just use this thing, and you can also use CC, BCC also. Any records, any attachments you want to send, and something like that. Okay. So let's try to deploy. Let's try to send an email. Oops. So as you can see here, birthday month is coming as blank.
Yeah.
So let's check why. So same, in order to execute this, we have to go to edit the script and remove all log executions and you have to save and execute. Okay.
Okay.
And schedule script is dangerous. When you miss any of the things, it is gonna, it is gonna, trouble you in sometimes, when you're sending, let's say misplacedly you're sending a group of search, like, like you build a saved search, and in the and you want, and let's say, you schedule it. That means that it will be sending an email based on the results, right? You can't just stop it.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, 25 April invalid date. It says invalid date. The new date of birthday is coming as back. So here the date is coming as string. So let's do one thing. Let's convert string to date. Right here we're getting date here. So this date is string. So let's convert string to date. bdy equals to NL API string to date of date. Yeah. Now we are able to get. You can see here birthday date first we got is 25 April 2020 2000. Sorry, right? When you
Yeah.
convert this string into date, so it comes as Tuesday, April 25, 2000, right?
Yeah.
And we are converting string to date. So then if you can see birthday month is coming 3, birthday month, day month is coming as 3, date is
Yeah.
25, and it is matching. So let's put some log execution whether we send the mail or not. You can check in my login. You can check it out in the login whether we send the email or not. You can see here we have
Yeah.
sent the email. Yeah. Hi Saikiran, many more happy end of the day. Wishes from NetSuite Private Limited. Yes, we sent the email. You can see here.
Yeah.
Yep, has been sent. To refresh whether the email came or not. So here We need to send an email based on the results of a customer, right?
Yeah,
See, this customer birthday is matching. I want to send an email to this customer, not me, right?
yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
I want to send an email to him because his birthday date is today. So now, right now we are getting birthday date. Similarly, we need to get email as well, like this. So how we are getting here? Just result dot get value of this. Similarly, we need to use of email, right? So of email, customer email. This is customer email, and the same customer email we have to use because we are making it dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, email has been sent to the customer. So if you go to this employee and refresh it, yeah, NetSuite customer, this one. We have sent the email to him. So you can check the customer birthday email as well. Yeah, this is the email. We have sent that email. You can see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any queries on this? Uh, so far, good.
Yeah, so far
How we
is
are
good,
sending.
but yeah. Uh, so this will next year this will trigger itself, or uh,
It depends on
because it
this.
depends.
So
This is
here,
only single event. Yeah.
single event. So
Yeah.
it is something like, let's say, uh, you want to you want to check every day, right? So
Yeah.
you never know whether tomorrow some customers have birthday or day after tomorrow. So that
Yeah.
means you have to check every day, repeat every day. Not if you keep 2 days, means uneven days it will be triggered like today or day after tomorrow, not
Okay.
tomorrow. So if you keep one day, that means repeat every day, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. It's like every day. So
Yeah.
if you keep this, means that if you keep this and if you go to the status schedule, even if you do not schedule and save it, it doesn't run. Okay, you have to
Okay.
keep to
Even
schedule.
I can't put a status as testing.
Testing means it works for only you.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
It works only for you.
All
So
right.
and you can mention the time when you want to schedule it.
Okay.
Like we have a timings where you can schedule 5 in the morning. So five in the sense, on this time exactly the script will be scheduled and the emails will be sending out to the customers.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. and you have to keep no end date. That means it has no end date. From today onwards, it's gonna trigger every day. You can
Yeah.
keep an end date. That means where it will be ended by. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, and if there is something like if you want to schedule every day by every 15 minutes in a day, every hour, every 6 hours, you can also do that. But if you do that in this process, it's gonna mess up. Every day he will be sending an email, right? If you keep
Yeah.
like every hour, that means every hour he will get on this day. But that you don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to send an email only once, not multiple times. Yeah, you have to keep it as blank, so there is no repeat, and you can keep testing or schedule. If you're working with your end only, you can keep testing. So schedule you can keep and you can save it. That means tomorrow on this time exactly this will be scheduled.
Okay.
So let's just do one thing. Let's keep customer date of birth is tomorrow and see is tomorrow same time how it is going to stand, right?
Yeah.
Because tomorrow we will be seeing the class. Before starting the class, we can see whether it has been scheduled or not. And it works as PST timing, right? You see, not
Yeah.
PST. Like if you go to this company company information, I'm just checking whether it's CST or EST time. So that means EST 5 o'clock is the time. So it's 2:30 p.m. Exactly, I guess. It works, right? 2:30
Yeah.
same time we'll be starting the class, right?
Okay.
So we'll be starting the class at 2 o'clock, right? So
Yeah.
that means we can keep four before that, then we can able to see whether it has been executed or not. So let's put 4 a.m. Also, you need to check PST time as well. So all our servers will run on the PST time. Okay.
Okay.
So so you need to check because if you keep EST 4 a.m. Okay, that means EST 4 a.m. is uh, when you compare with PST is having 1 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah.
if you push one more like 2 o'clock, so it means that on PST the day has not been completed, right?
Yeah.
It is still 25, not 26. This doesn't work because PST is something where our scripting or servers will be running. As you can see here, even if you do like new date, right? If you do a new date, it comes as PST zone, not MST or company's timing. So let's just do one thing: deploy a script and do a testing single event. So did you observe that when we're doing in the middle of the process, it gives PDT time, not EST time. Even though everything is in PST. If you see the company time is on EST, right? But
Yeah.
still, if you see the log execution, it shows PDT. Today's date is. So that
Yeah.
means the server is working only on PDT. So you have to map it PDT time. So when you're scheduling it on, the client timings, so what you need to understand is first you have to check the time, which time zone it is in. Okay, now it is in EST. So EST. So right now we are in IST, let's say. So EST 2 a.m. to PST means the previous day, right? So
Yeah.
on PST it will be on 20, but on EST it will be on 26. So when you're getting today's date, does it gonna match? No, right? Here,
Yeah.
so here you can see today's date is 25, birthday date is 26. It is not matching,
Yeah.
right? So the date is not matching according to PDT. Today is not today's PST date, and it is still on 25th. It is the 25th date is not completed. So you have
Yeah.
to just push the date to 3. So that means on PST, okay, now the date has been moved to 26. Now you can just check with the rate. You see
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the I will see the time converter. So what's the best time to schedule? So as you can see here, I have a client in London, so that's the reason mostly I will be using London time. And you can just see EST. And one thing is mandatory, you have to use PST. So if you see here, London is very far, right?
Yeah.
London time is very very much fast compared to other times here. So let's say in London, if you're scheduling at 2 a.m., right? 2 a.m. London,
Yeah.
26th tomorrow. Tomorrow
Yeah.
you're scheduling early morning 2 a.m. But EDT time is, but PST time is 6 p.m. It is still on 25th. It doesn't move to 26th, right? So it doesn't
Yeah.
not go. It's not gonna work. So you have to map exactly at least 6 a.m. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
6 a.m. means 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So when it is coming 6, yeah, okay. So you can move to the previous day as well.
Yeah.
It works the
This is
same.
right from there. This seems right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
10, 11. Yeah. We need to move it to something around 8 a.m. London time 8 a.m. Yeah.
exactly. If we select 8 a.m., that means PST is converted to 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Well, I'm just thinking because I have a schedule at 6 o'clock and I don't know why it is working.
Yeah. Because
So every day we are doing an advanced billing actually. So I have a schedule in London time at 6
yeah.
o'clock. So it starts, I guess, at 7, I guess, 7 or 8 a.m. I'm not sure. Around this, not 9. I'm sure it's not a 9. So it starts at this. So I have to check whether it's matching with PDT time or not. If it is not matching, the billing is not going to happen. Most of them will be on blank, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as you can see here, we have given the date is 26, tomorrow's date. We changed it, and today's date is 25. So it is not
Mm.
matching. So that is the reason the email has been not sent.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it is sent. Okay,
Yeah.
25 3 26 3. So we have scheduled running. So tomorrow it is gonna send. So let's just so as we are directly copied the saved search, right? So how about creating a saved search in technically, like to use an API? So here, if you see here, we used an API called NLAPI search record. So this is copied from a functional side, right?
Yeah.
So the other way is, by scripting. So let me just show you. We have some search APIs. Like this is a search, right? So we can copy the search ID, this one. We can directly load it. So let me show you how. So the one thing is we can directly load the saved search by using NLAPI load search of ID, right? So
Yeah.
by this search, load search, yeah, you can see here example. Okay, NLAPI load search. It asks you to enter the type on which record you're searching. Right now I'm searching on customer, right?
Yeah.
So customer and the ID of a search. So this means where search equals to NLAPI load search. What is the type we are searching? We are searching for customer, right?
Yeah.
And we need to understand here. We need to look for the this ID. This is the search ID, right? So
Yeah.
we can directly use this, and we have to just run the search, because if you don't run the search, we will not getting the search results. Okay,
Yeah.
result equal to search dot run. So here's the thing. Yeah. Once you load the search, we can run the search by run search. Right, as you can see, we can run the search. Right, we don't need to copy the code itself. Directly, we can use two APIs: NLIP load search, type of
Yeah.
type on record which you're searching. What's the internal ID of a search? So let me just give record type of search, and saved search ID. And then you can use the for loop to get iterating each result. Right, here they are used for each. You can use for each or anything based on, like, we can use for loop as well. Then same, everything is same. This is first type.
Why we are giving for loop?
Yeah, so if you have thousands of results, right? So you have to loop it in order to get one by one.
Okay,
Like, let's
thousands
say,
of results mean thousands of customers.
yes, thousands of customers. If you
Okay.
have results of thousand, so you have to
Yeah.
loop it to get one by one, right? So that's the
Okay.
reason. So,
Oh.
and one more restriction is there. You only get, you're only able to get only 1,000 results by using a saved search. You have to loop it again. I mean, so the restriction is something like this. You can only able to get 1000 results in a search.
Okay.
In a search. What if you use for each, you can get up to 4000 results. So after this, you can reschedule it so that it moves a lot. That's the second part. So this is type one, and the type two is you have to create a search by using NLAPI create search. Now, now there is another API called NLAPI create search. As you can see, you need to pass a filters. You need to pass a columns, right?
Yeah.
In order to create a search by script. As you can see, you need to create an array first, filters array. How many filters you want to add? Like here he is adding tran date. Tran date means transactional date and
Yeah.
on or after 90 days ago. And he's also adding amount. The amount, the projected amount is must be 1000 to 10,000, 1 lakh. And he is adding um, some filters. Okay, this is how we need to add. And then columns is something like a results. How many results you want to add? Sales rep, entities, customer, email. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is an example. This is type 2. We need to create a service search. If you have extension, you can directly copy it, right? That
Yeah.
makes your job more easy, right? You don't
So
want to
for
create,
extension, so for extension, we need to pay to NetSuite.
like no, like it's common. Like let me give you, yeah, let me give you the link so that you can use it in your browser. You have to attach your extension to the browser.
Okay.
Export. So if you go to Chrome, yeah. So this is the link.
Is there any other use of this
I'm giving.
extension? Uh, we are using this extension for scripting. Is there any other use of this extension?
Yeah, it's just to export in a scripting size to use in
Okay,
scripting.
only for scripting purposes.
Yeah, only in scripting.
Okay.
So I've sent, I guess, I've sent in the chart. Do you see that?
Yeah.
You can click on that and add it to a link to your Chrome, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Shall I
once you do save it,
turn on sync?
yeah.
It is needing my
So
Google account.
if you, yeah. So
No,
here,
it's
if you don't have, yeah, go ahead, Chrome.
it because I'm doing the class on my office laptop. I'm not using my own laptop.
Okay, no problem. You can keep the link, I guess,
Yeah,
in
just
me.
okay,
Notes.
it's fine.
So if you like, if you don't want to have something like that, so you have to create a services like this. Filters, how you add in a services, right? This is a filter, right?
Yeah,
One by one, how you add a filter right here. Similarly, like description, filter, all the filters. So you have to add a filters like brand dates, similarly here, right?
yeah,
Even in this columns, how you have columns, right?
yeah,
You have to add columns here. Once you add a column, you have to just apply it to it. NLP create search. First thing is record type, which record type you are working on, opportunity or anything. Next, the filters array, and columns array. Once you add that, then you have to save this. Similar to how you do, right? If you want to create a saved search, you will add a filter, you will add a columns, and you will save it. Isn't it?
Yeah.
First thing is you will add a filter, you will add a columns, and then you will save and run. Similarly here, you will add filters, you will add columns, then you have to use save.
Yeah.
So if you want to save it, what is the thing you need? You need an unique title, right? Title for this saved
Yes.
search. Here also you need to give title for this. It works same as functional way. And you can give the ID. Here is the ID. You can give your
Yeah.
customized ID so that after this search, what you have to do is you have to use the same search to load it. To get the results, you have to use this search ID to load it because you have created a saved search and then you have to get the results, right?
Yeah.
So in order to get the results, you have to load this and you have to get. So by using this, you can use for each. And for each result. So result dot for each. So this means you can get all the values by iterating, like all results. So we here we are giving return true. That means when you want to stop the loop, right? You
Yeah.
can give return true or false if you want to stop the loop. So if you want to stop the loop, you can use return true. That means for all the loops like for up to 4,000 results, it can be you can get up to 4,000 results. Okay. So any doubts from so far clear?
How did you know that the maximum results are 4,000 from governance?
No, this API, right? For each result is an API. So
Yeah.
you can only get up to 4,000. After 4,000, what you have to do is you have to reschedule it.
Okay.
That means next 4,000 results will be coming.
Okay.
Yeah. Or what you have to do is if you're doing it in a bulk process,
Mm-hmm.
you have to if you have to do like do while in the sense um like you have to write a small snippet of code here, like to loop. First thing is 0 to 4,000. If the length is, let's say, total results are 10K. Okay, they are
Yeah.
totally 10K results. So you will get up to 4,000. After 4,000, okay, you have to check for are there remaining any other there. Okay,
Okay.
4,000 to again 4,000. Okay,
Yeah.
that means 8,000 are there. Then again you have to check for are there any other results are there, right?
Yeah.
So 4 to 4, that means 8,000. Now 8,000 to you can get up to 4,000 results. Now here there won't be any. So if you see here, 0 to 4000 is completed, 4 to 8 is completed, 8 to 4, out of 4000, you will get only up to 2000 results, right?
Yeah.
Because the total length is 10,000. Out of 10,000, okay, first 4,000 is completed, next 4,000 is completed. After that, if you loop it to 4,000, you will get only 2,000 results. You see, because the total length is 10,000.
Oh, I
So
see.
that means you have to just, yeah, you have to just, keep conditions to check whether, do you have more results or not.
Okay.
So for that reason, what you have is, you have something called, let me show you. So if you're using, if only 1,000 rows in the sense, 1,000 results will be coming.
Okay.
So by using looping concept like, let me show you. Yeah. So you can see here, get results of start and end. So as you can see, we can use the result set like this, start and end. That
Yeah.
means here by using run search. Okay, now we have run the search, and here if you see, we get to know that there are 10K results. Okay. Now first what you will do is, by using this normal run search, you get only 1,000 results. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The first 1,000 results, you get it. First 1,000 results, you will get it. So if you have, let's say, only 500 results, okay. So when you use this operation, what you will get is, even though you're trying to get 0 to 1,000, you will get only 1,500 results. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the only result you're having is, less than 1,000, right? So what you can do is, you can just keep a condition. After getting all the results, you can check, okay, if the results are less than 5,000, you can stop it. If it is equal to 1,000, you have to check until 1,000. You see,
Okay.
you have to check each and every time. If it is greater than 10,000 or 20,000, you have to check 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. If it is less than 1,000, you have to stop it, because that means the results are completed.
Yeah. But if the in a company, if they do not have an NetSuite administrator, so what they need to do? They need to contact uh,
They maybe
outside.
changed the name.
Okay.
NetSuite guys can change the name. Instead of, you see, there is no administrator for this, but still, it have uh, mm, the leverage skills like administrator. All the skills they have, this login has. So they maybe change the name, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Now here, so as we are doing all these operations, we'll be having some governance issue here. So governance in the sense, um,
The limit of
schedule, yeah, script. Every script has governance. So
yes,
schedule script is having
10,000.
10,000 governance, 10,000 units governance in the sense. So every
10,000
API,
units is 10,000 bits. Yeah.
yeah, here if you're using search record, it has 10 governance. If you're using load and run, 20 governance.
Okay.
You see, so it
Yeah.
means that it cannot do all in at once. So it can be doing in batches, right? So that's why it's a bulk batch process. So here, what you have to do is, first thing is, in order to see the governance of each line, after this line, what's the governance limit is there? After this line, what's the governance limit is there? You have to check, right?
Yeah.
So every API is a governance limit. So what you have to do, first you have to use context, NL API, get context. By using this, um, usage, you can use usage equals to context dot get remaining usage and API law executions. So as it is having governance issue, what you have to do is, so you can use the same thing by, like let's say in the middle of the search, you are looping it in the middle of the search. No, you have to search for governance. So if the governance is less than, so it starts from 10,000. It starts from 10,000. It decreases to zero. Okay.
Yeah.
So if the governance is less than or equals to 2,000, okay, that means 8,000 has been used up to now, right? You see what I mean? It starts from
Yeah.
10,000, it comes to zero. So up to now, so if you're giving a condition here, okay, governance usage is less than 2,000. Now I want to reschedule it. How do I reschedule it? NL API schedule script. This means that you are scheduling it on your own, right?
Yeah.
So let me show you that.
What is the purpose of this mapping? This mapping to 1.0 to 2.0 mapping.
Yeah, it's just that everything into one place.
Okay.
We can easily search. Like, normally if you want to see any search, any API, right? You have to
Yeah.
type here. Or NL API, schedule script and stuff, right? But
Yeah.
this link is to just directly go into this API. See, I
Okay.
can directly go to this API. Directly I can get this.
So
NL
how
API
do you
schedule
go?
script.
Can you show me how do you go there? Just go to suit answers and then type.
Yeah, yeah, type in.
Okay.
If I this is I just keep it in a bookmark. If I go to this, Control F, schedule, right?
Okay.
Schedule. Directly it goes into the API.
Okay.
So we just need to give script ID, deployment ID, and parameters. So what script ID we have? So script ID is nothing but our schedule script you created right now. Yeah. So the script ID is this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Script ID is this, and the deployment ID you need to give deployment ID. Okay. This is the deployment ID. And if you have any parameters, like while you're scheduling it, from which loop I want to schedule, or if you have any something like that, you can give it, or else you can ignore it. It's not mandatory to give. So it means that you're scheduling on your own.
Yeah.
Automatically schedule again starts, right? automatically
Yeah.
schedule script again. So this is how we'll be doing a schedule script. So any queries up to now from
No,
it
it's
looks
fine.
cool.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So parameters are not mandatory. So we can see the status of this by using whether it's in queue or progress or schedule if you want to see. Yeah. So I guess we are left with mm, mm, user event is completed, right? User event is
Yeah.
completed. Most of them are completed, I guess.
Yeah. We
Client,
completed client script,
uh,
suite script,
Streetlet, Suite Script,
yeah, suitlet,
and
and
today's
today we
schedule.
did. Yeah.
And let me tell you one crazy moment here. So the other script called workflow, right?
Yeah.
Workflow is similar to user event. So it's just that they have given a separate workflow. So same events will be there. Before load, how to add a button? We added a button, right? Remember?
Yeah.
We added a button.
Yeah.
Uh, we just automated from opportunity to this, right?
Yeah.
Same. There is no difference in it. Just you have to deploy a code on workflow. The only difference is that. So user event and workflows are same. And
Okay.
we'll try with some workflows. Like workflows means how you'll add a workflow script. So it is completely different. Workflows is completely different. And while
Yeah.
you create a customized workflows new, so you can add a state something like a workflow. So
Yeah.
let me just explain workflows here. So after workflows, we can use RESTlet. RESTlet is something like integrating with other devices, like contracting. If you have two logins, right? How to interact with two logins. So let's just do a workflow action. So sample workflow action. So and give an ID, record type. So on which record you want to. This is something like um what. Mm. So normally, if you create a script, you will be deploying on a one particular record, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, here you need to give a record. Transaction and cash sale. Let's do a cash sale, or you can do from estimate to this, right? We automated from estimate. If you remember,
Yeah. Yeah.
we automated from estimate to directly sales order.
Yeah.
So let's do this thing. So we have you ever created a workflow?
Not really. Very few. Yeah. Like journal entry workflow and simple approval workflows.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So here we need to select release status like testing or released, and you can execute as admin. But here we don't have an option because we are not an admin, right?
Yeah.
So here we don't have an option. You can select an initiation event type on create or view or on create, let's say, or update as well. So as you can see here, we have before load, before submit, after submit.
User event
Remember?
thing. Yes.
Exactly. Same. Before load, before submit. Same.
Yeah.
So if you want to use this, you have to select. If you're using before load, where create, copy, edit, same thing, right?
Yes.
After submit,
Yes.
same. Approve, on create or to delete before submit.
Yeah.
After submit is same. So Now you can do something like create context, something like on which script, you know, like how the scripts has been executed on all the context. Like estimates can be created by user interface, right? Directly this is
Yeah.
user interface, or
Yes.
estimate can be created by scheduled script as well,
Yeah.
or right. So schedulely we can create a script, or
Yeah.
we can by using importing as well, right? So
Yeah.
here we have different types of CSV import. Someone may create an estimate by CSV import. So you can give execution context like user interface. So this means that your script will be triggered only on the user interface, right?
Yeah.
New action. So if you go to here,
Yeah.
we have to have something like you'll be getting a workflow here script. So first we need to create a workflow script. Right. Let me just create a workflow script of similar to how we have created a user event. Right.
Yeah.
Let's just replicate the same. Yeah. Automate estimate to flow. Yeah. Transform record type. We can give the type on which type you want to execute. If type equals to any type, right?
Yeah.
So like let's say type equals to create only on the create mode I want to send. So so what we are doing here, we are just loading the estimate record, right? After loading it,
Yeah.
we are checking if the checkbox is checked. That means you want to automate or not. If you want to automate, you will be checking the checkbox. If you check the checkbox, you can directly automate.
Okay.
Transform estimate. So workflow action for transformation. So you have to copy the function name, same, you have to paste. Then you have to keep it as released so that you can add it on there. Yeah. It's the WA workflow action transform record. Right. So this is
Yeah,
the one
we created in a
you see
script. Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah, we created in the script. It is coming in the workflow event. In a new
yes,
action. Yeah. So, so we don't have any condition on entry of this. And keep all save. Okay. So you want to create a node record. You want to transform a record when trigger on after submit, right?
yeah,
So after submit, you'll get the ID so that you can before creating the record, can you transform it? No, right? So only after
no,
creating record, we can check whether the checkbox is checked or not. After then, we can just use this.
yeah,
Okay, let's try to create an estimate now and see. So first we have to inactivate the user event, right? Because
yeah,
if you don't inactivate the event, we never know from where it has been um, transformed, right? You see what I mean? Even this script is working, user event is also working, right?
yeah,
So you have to inactivate it because then you can check both will execute it, right? If we use both.
yeah.
Yeah. Someone has written some script, it is not allowing me to add a line.
Okay.
Yeah, and guy has written a script, and he put something like return false, I guess. So uh, let's see. Oh no, there are 125. Oh, Arjun, yeah, it has been processed. You can see,
Yeah.
and directly if we check the checkbox, so that's the reason it has been processed. So workflow, sample workflow, test. So now it has to be executed now. Now let's, yeah, you see, it workflow is initiated, running on after submit, custom transaction, workflow ID. This is our ID, and it has been executed, and it has been processed. If you go to the related records, you can see a sale order has been created directly.
Yeah.
This was created by workflow action script. You can check whether it has been created by user event or not, or you can see in the system information. You see, workflow script. It was created by our script,
Yes.
right? How it got created from the workflow. From see, workflows or user event is similar. So the only thing difference is you have to select which from you want to create workflow or user event. The only benefit with workflow is you can see the law execution whether it has been executed or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mm, so let's end this session for today.
Yeah. Tomorrow, what we are doing? Similar thing.
Tomorrow we'll be doing a wrestlet.
I
So
think, if you don't mind, can we do some more example of workflow scripting?
workflow, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if we do some more example of workflow related scripting, that will be great. Yeah.
yeah. So workflows are some similar to user events. So there is no such difference. So the only difference is normally in user events you will be selecting it whether it's before load or before submit or after submit. But in
Can
workflows you'll
yeah. Can you
yeah
show me
go
this workflow on the via if you go to customize? Yeah, here. Yeah. We
yeah
scripted there. Yes, you are right. Yeah. We scripted there. Can I see the actions here?
exactly. If you go to this, we have just added trigger on after submit. The only difference we didn't add anything. We didn't have much more. We just click on the action of workflow of this,
But yeah, but
custom
it is
action.
not showing the that this workflow was scripted. I have seen there on the document in, on the system information, but we can't see
This,
here
this
that
is a
it
scripted.
was.
Let me show you. So here, if you
Yeah,
see the name WA
yeah,
workflow action transform record. This is
yeah,
an action we have created it. If you see here, this is the
yes,
workflow action. This is something
yeah,
like if let me just show you one example. If you click on new action, there will be different set of events like go to record, log the record, remove button,
yes,
add button, send email, right? This is a
yeah,
standard actions, right? So
yeah,
here, what we done, we added a custom action. You see here, this is a custom action, which is a script. So that means you're giving a definition of an action. So if you use this action, that
yeah,
means you have written some logic of this action, right? Similar to
yeah,
how you know the standard actions works according to the definition which NetSuite
yeah,
has driven, right? So here,
yeah,
if you select this action, this means that we have written a script. It says that okay, this action is a definition. So what the definition is? If you check the checkbox on estimate record, then
yeah.
it is transforming to a sales order.
Okay.
So okay, now we have selected the action. Okay, so here if you see, okay, now we have selected the action. So this the action you need to just select the trigger on. The only thing you have to do is on to execute. So we have to execute on after submit because only on after submit we can able to get the internal ID of estimates, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
the reason we're using on after submit. That's it. If you save it automatically, it will be working.
Okay. If I want to add more action on this event, on this scripted event, we can
Yeah.
add action on this UI. Yeah, we can add
Exactly. You can
state.
add state. You can add state. You can connect the state if you
Okay.
want. You can connect the state. It totally on the requirement. It's totally on the requirement.
Yeah, that's
So
why if we can do two or three more examples, that will be great. Not today
yeah,
because the session is finished. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Let's just try to. Okay, you want more example? Okay, let's do tomorrow. Like tomorrow,
yeah.
let's do something like okay, this okay. Let's do some more examples on this then.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, sure. Okay.